I'm gonna select the pipeline, which is intake flow. I'm gonna select a time and I'm gonna hit schedule meeting. In a couple of seconds, we should see. Here we go. If your law firm is getting leads but still losing consultations, struggling with follow-ups, and having a hard time with the intake process, it's probably not a problem with the traffic. It's a system problem, which is why in this video, I'm going to teach you on how to fix your law firm's intake process with GoHighLevel or GHL. We're going to build the four most important pieces in your intake process, which are the forms. We're going to build your calendar. We're going to create your pipeline, and we're going to build some automations to support it. And by the end of this video, hopefully you'll have a much cleaner and clearer intake system that helps you respond to leads faster, helps you with a follow-up, and helps you, of course, track the sales pipeline and how each lead moves into the system. Step 1, building the intake form. The first thing that we need is actually a form. And in the GHL, all you have to do is go to the websites, and you can see that in the top part right here, there's a form build. Here in the forms, there's a form builder here. Just click on the builder, and the goal is to capture the core information that you need. For most firms, that would mean the name, email, phone number, and the practice area or the type of legal issue. A short message or case description would be a good thing to do, so we'll go ahead and just do that. So create a start from scratch, or if you want, you can use some of the templates. There are a lot of templates that you can use here, but we'll start from scratch anyway. So by default, we have everything that we need here: the first name, last name, phone number, email. But we want to combine the first name and the last name because we want to make or keep the form short. We want to keep it as short as possible. So we're gonna select full name here, the full name, the phone number, the email, and if you want to add a question, we can add a single line here or a multi-line, depending on how long do you want the response of your lead to be. And let's say we're gonna name this "Give us a brief description of your case." And like I mentioned, the key here is not to make the form too long. At least 4 or 5 questions is good, because a lot of law firms lose leads before the conversation even starts because they ask too much question at the early stages, just in the form, just in filling out the form. And the goal is to have this form as a start of the conversation and not to collect every detail about the case. So build a clean form, keep it easy and complete, and make sure the fields are, of course, mapped out correctly, which what we did here is correct. And if you want to add your branding, just to keep it clean, we can actually select the image here. I'm gonna add an image, and I'm gonna choose our logo. I'm gonna select the settings of the image. I'm gonna make it maybe 80 width, 80 height, and make it centered. Then next, for the button, we're gonna rename the button submit or proceed, whichever you like. But for me, I'm just gonna head and do submit. And of course, you want to keep the branding uniform and aligned to what is your color guidelines or what your branding guidelines is. So go ahead and make sure that this color is in accordance to your brand color, which I'm gonna change to, I'm just gonna paste this hex code and it should be good. And of course, text, it should be in contrast to the color of the background. So I'm gonna make this color font be black. And like I mentioned, we want to keep everything uniform. So here, let's go ahead and add a placeholder. So we're just gonna put here, briefly describe your legal matter and how we can help. And lastly, of course, we need to rename this form to, let's say, lead intake form, and we're gonna go ahead and press save. Now, the good thing about this in GHL is you have the option to integrate this on your website. The idea of building the form is to add it on your website, but you can also share this link similar to how Google Forms work. For example, you have a client and you just want to give them out the forms. They can process the information. You can go ahead and copy the link and send it to them via email or WhatsApp. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and move to step 2, which is building your calendar. Now, talking about calendar, you probably have a subscription on Calendly or Acuity or other third service provider for a calendar booking system. The good thing about GHL is everything is in one place. You have the option to create your calendar here. You have the option to create your websites, your forms, which is a big plus for law firms because everything that you need to run your business efficiently is all in one place. Now, to create your calendar, you would need to go to the settings, then click the calendars here. Then what we're going to do is we're going to create a new calendar, and you can select a couple of options here. If it's a one-on-one call, if it's a class booking, or if it's a collective booking, you can do that, or round robin if you want the calendar to automatically assign this to you or a member of your team, you can do that in round robin. But for this one, we're just going to create a personal calendar, and we're going to name this in free consultation. Now for the custom URL, you can change this to however you like. Let's say free consultation with Daniel. And you can also change the duration. I'm just going to make this 15 minutes because it's just a free call. Now, the good thing about this is you can accept payments when someone books a call with you. So, for example, you can create a free consultation calendar on your website. But for the succeeding calls, you can have a page, for example, /follow-ups. Let's say your website name /follow-ups. And you have a separate calendar there that accepts payment. And if you go to advanced calendar settings, you can add your logo here, which we're going to upload our logo. Best if you add a description here of what to expect in the call. This is a 15-minute discovery call to align with the details of your case and requirements. Now for the staff, this is assigned to me. I can select a meeting location. If I want it to be hosted in Google Meet, which I'm currently using, I can select that, or Zoom. And there are also other options here. You can add a different set of locations. For example, you want it to be in Zoom and Google Meet, you can do that. Now for the availability, you can add your working hours here, or however you want to configure the calendar available hours. You can make this a recurring meeting or recurring call if that's how your business is structured. And of course, you can have a booking rules. You can make your calendar look busy by adding this one, like look busy, maybe 50%, so some of your available times are blocked. But I know it's ridiculous, but for some businesses, they would like to turn that on, especially if they want to have an impression that they are a busy firm. You can have a minimum scheduling notice if you want to avoid rushed consultations. You can add a date range and pre-buffer time, so you can prepare for the meeting, and post-buffer time as well, so you don't get back-to-back calls. And for the advanced settings, this is where we're going to connect the form that we created. I'm going to go and click this drop down, and I'm going to select the lead intake form. This is the one that we created. So what will happen here is when they go to your calendar, they're going to select a date and time. The next step is they're going to see the form, and then they fill out the details there. So it's a double purpose. They book a time with you, and you're able to collect the details that you need prior to that call. And of course, the details get saved into the CRM. Payments, if you want to accept payments, you can add that. Then there are other notification settings that you can adjust here, such as, for example, if you want them to reschedule the meeting, they're allowed to do that. If you close this one, then they can't reschedule a meeting, or they can't cancel a meeting, but we're just going to keep it here. And then this one, the third-party calendar settings, this is basically the email. That's not the email, but for example, in the Google Calendar, these are the details that will be included in the Google Calendar event. So for example, booking went to their calendar, they're going to see these details, so it can remind them where to reschedule or where to cancel the meeting, or what are the additional details that you would want to add. Then these are just for personalization. If you want to add a cover image, if you want to change the look of the calendar, you can edit it here. But anyway, we're just going to press save, and now we already have a calendar ready. Now, same thing with the form. You can go to the calendar lists or the available calendars that we've already set, and this share calendar option, you can copy this link and send this to your client so they can book a call with you directly if it's not included in your website. For example, someone messages you, they want to book a consultation. You can just send them the link to your calendar and they can go ahead and fill out the details to schedule a call with you. So here I ran to an error where it's not finding an available time slot for me. So it's just a minor fix in the calendar. So I'm here back in the calendar, I'm in availability, and I'm gonna edit this, add the specific days that I want to be available in that calendar. I press save, then if I refresh this, it should show the dates and I can select a time. For example, I selected this. This is the same form that we created earlier: name, phone, and email, plus a brief description of the case. Now, you can ask as many questions as you like, but like I mentioned, a good starting point would be minimum of 5 questions in this form inside of the calendar. But just to give you an example, one of our clients has already integrated the most important questions that they need to ask their clients prior to the meeting. Like, for example, what are the topics that you would like to discuss? If it's a patent, if it's a formation, copyright, how did you hear about us? Because you might want to know if these are leads that came from your ads. Of course, the name of the company, the job title, and if they're a referral, if someone recommended them into your firm. Now, these are just additional questions that you may include prior to the call, so you have a basic understanding of what are their needs, and also for you to prepare better prior to the call. Now that we have the calendar and the form already set up and integrated and connected, of course, what we're gonna do next is we're gonna create the pipeline. Now, in our GHL, that would be in deals. If you're in a different GHL account, this one is named opportunity, but I'm gonna create an opportunity pipeline that structures the basics of the intake process. So I'm gonna name this pipeline intake flow. Now I'm gonna name this, number 1 is of course a new lead. This could be a lead that messaged you in your social media. It could be someone who saw your advertisement, so we're gonna keep that in. Next is contacted, wherein a team member from your firm has already connected to the lead. Then we're gonna add a new stage, which is booked a consultation. We're gonna add a new stage, which is consultation completed. Then we're gonna add a stage for qualified, then another stage for disqualified, and then there's a proposal sent and closed. Or if you can adjust this to however you want, but this is just a basic flow of an intake process. I'm going to create this one, and if you notice, the calendar and the form that we built is just 1 or 2 steps of the pipeline. We're going to discuss the details of that afterwards, but what we're going to do is we're going to go to intake flow, and we're going to go through each of the pipeline stage one by one. So a lead has messaged you in social media, Instagram or Facebook. These are ads. They message you. That will fall under new lead. Whenever someone messages you in GHL, automatically it will go to the inbox here. Their message will go here, and it will automatically create a contact under the contacts. Now, what we want to do next is when there's a new lead, it should create an opportunity here. So imagine there's a new lead. The next step is someone from the team is going to contact the lead via phone number, or they can send your calendar booking link with the form. So we're not going to focus on the creating of the new lead. We're just going to focus on the book a consultation and how it's going to move forward in the pipeline stages with the help of automation. So in the last step, we're going to move to automation. And basically, this is the backbone processes, or as what we call it in development, in app development, this is like the back end or the logic of your entire system. Automation is a very powerful tool which can literally automate your entire manual processes in your firm. But for this specific use case, what we're gonna do is when someone books a call with the calendar booking link and the form that we've created, it's going to automatically add that opportunity in the pipeline stage called book day consultation, the one that we created earlier. And after the consult has finished, it's gonna move from book day consultation to consultation finished or consultation completed. So first thing that I'm gonna do is I can create a folder, but I already have a folder for demo purposes. So I'm just gonna go here to sales demos and I'm gonna create a new workflow. So start from scratch is what I'm going to select. First things first, we need to name this automation. A good standard is to have a automation number. Let's say A108. This is the code of the automation, so you can easily reference that in your document of what A108 does. And the name of the automation, we can keep this very simple, maybe 5 to 6 words. When consultation is booked to pipeline. Now, in the automation, there's a trigger and there's an action. So all of the automation starts with a trigger. It doesn't guess what automation to fire, because if you can see the folder that I showed you previously, there we have a lot of automation sequences, and each of those automation sequences has a specific trigger that basically turns on the switch that this should run this specific processes or specific steps. So the trigger of this automation is when someone books a consult with you, they're going to the calendar and they're gonna book an appointment. So we're gonna look for the trigger customer booked an appointment, and in the filter here we're gonna select which calendar is this one are you referring to. So the name of the calendar is this one. It's free consultation. I'm gonna search for that one, and let's see if there are other filters that we can add here. None. Yeah, it's just this calendar. So this is going to be the trigger. When someone books a call with this calendar, it's gonna fire or start this automation. The next step that we need to do is to add an action of what happens next when someone books a call here. So I'm gonna create a new action, which is create an opportunity here. I'm gonna select the pipeline, which is intake flow. It's gonna go in this stage, the book day consultation, and the name of the opportunity, we're gonna make it the name of the client and the company name. Actually, no, yeah, we'll just leave it as the name of the client because we didn't collect any information regarding the company name in the contact form. And opportunity source, we're gonna call this booking calendar. And value, this depends on you on what is the opportunity value of a new lead. So let me just add 100 here, then this should be good. So I'm gonna save this action. Oops, we missed a field here. It says, all right, let me save this one up. So the other thing that we want to add here is whenever we have a new opportunity, we want to be alerted and notified. So here in the action, we can add a new action, and it's called internal notification. This is just going to send us an SMS or an email notification that we have a new lead in the pipeline, or we can also set this up to notify the entire team or other team members. So in this case, I'm just going to select SMS. This is going to be assigned to me, and the message here is you have a new lead in the intake flow pipeline, and the name is, I'm gonna select this one, the custom values. I'm going to select the full name of the contact. Phone number is phone, and then email, because sometimes when we have a new lead that's coming in, we want to at least be notified that we have a new opportunity in the pipeline, and if ever we want to reach out to the client, we have all the information we need here in the notification. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna publish this automation, and let's test it out. So I added the calendar in my personal website, and here's the calendar. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna test this calendar, and here's the opportunity pipeline that we've just created, the intake flow. So I'm gonna select a time here. This is March 19. I'm gonna select a time, and I'm gonna fill out the form that we also created. Let's name this John Doe. The phone number is 832-414-22. Email is daniel@example.com, and case is I want to explore my options with growing. And I'm gonna hit schedule meeting. Now, after clicking that button, it's gonna process the calendar, it's gonna submit the form, then it's gonna run the automation. And in a couple of minutes or in a couple of seconds, we should see, here we go. We have created an opportunity pipeline. This is named John Doe. Everything is tied to the contact that was just created. And I have received a notification in my phone that we have a new lead. Imagine this running every day in your law firm. All of the leads that are coming in gets tracked. Your team knows where the leads are in the pipeline. They get followed up. It's easy for the leads or your clients to book a call with you, and the entire team is always aware of what happens next. Now, if you want to learn more on how we'll continue the automation, on how this opportunity will go from here to here to here automatically, we're going to create a series of tutorial on how you can do that. And in the next video, we'll be tackling how you can automate the follow-ups via SMS, email, or even voice call, because we can activate a voice AI to call the leads for you for follow-ups. So I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.